Tangled Paths. It has been some time since you've heard of one once known simply as Ralphors, a lore master from Frost Valley Keep, the former friend and ally of the Shield-Bearers after striking a devastating blow to the alliance of Frost Valley and Ravencrag, managed to escape into the mists. Now it seems he's putting a new plan into motion. Scouts returning from the north are reporting strange occurrences of landmarks slightly changing their positions among the guests of the Hearthfire Inn. Tales of paths and trails becoming almost alive are all that is talked about. The Frost Valley lore masters managed to tie the phenomenon to Ralphors, and by all accounts the situation might become truly dire within days. A short vision granted by the Dawn Mother shows that the Way Changer resides at a burned village in the north, but finding the right path that leads to him will not be an easy task, and only finding the rifts that are the source of corrupting energies will stabilize the land enough to reach Ralphor's location. The Borderlands, what is now commonly known as the Borderlands, used to be inhabited by the Vascarians up until the time the mist took hold of the beastmen and raised the dead and darkened the minds of some humans, either making them go mad or drawing from their darkest instincts to reshape their minds and break their will. The landscape of the Borderlands is filled with remnants of what used to exist here. Burned villages, abandoned shrines, keeps and watchtowers struck down by the fury of the ancient battles and then reclaimed by the wilds. Once filled with life and light, now these territories are ruled by bands of brigands in dark coats and steeped in thick ice brought on by the dark magic and the cruel northern winds. The Borderlands used to be part of the inhabited Vaskir, the proud and strong people that took this land as their own in ages past called their now abandoned places their home. Those who still live here willfully or unwittingly serve the mist, allowing them to spread its influence ever further. Most of the Borderlands were not lost because of the vicious beastmen attacks. They more often fell to the acts of betrayal and villainy of those who saw the Mistfall as an opportunity to reach their own goals and were ready to kill or enslave others. As keeps and villages yield to poison blades and sorcerer's fire, many of the convicted criminals or power-hungry madmen made their way to what they perceived as a land of new opportunities and a place where their skills could be used to satisfy their lust for wealth and power. Traveling through those territories always carries the risk of encountering those who are more than eager to part travelers from their property, their freedom, or their life. Terrifying news of captives taken away to become sacrificed in blasphemous rituals or bartered away to the beastmen. Keep those who live at the edge of the Borderlands awake at night, with their weapons always at the ready. Welcome back to RP Gamepire, and right now, before we set up, we see the Valiant Heroes, and we're ready for the Tangled Paths, because at this point, this quest is a little bit different. It becomes more of a puzzle the way pretty much the landscape moves, hence the Tangled Path. I'm going to set it up right now. There's a mix of something new. It's the Borderlands, which is very, very interesting, but this brings forth also red foes, which are more fearsome in some manner. So the encounters are there, and we got all three encounters set up. We have the heroes set up and their allies, and the amazing Aravel is here, and she is a great asset. Now we are seeking out the burned village, alright, and that foe that we know is Ralphors, and Ralphors is a fearsome foe, and there's a lot of things that pretty much are going on in this quest. So I know it's going to be a little bit confusing, because as I'll explain to you soon enough what really occurs. We already have here, we're supposed to have here, aside from what we know, which is the burned village, sorry, Borderlands, which, if you don't see, it says depressing sight. After the location becomes the active location, players must collectively discard, based on the number of players, cards, or discard all your resolve from the pool. Alright? And Heartfire Inn, which is your starting location, right? So we're still from Frost Valley's Heartfire Inn, not far in the outpost. And in here, there's 2 Deadlands, 2 Wildlands, and there's 3 Borderlands. We're gonna shuffle this, and we don't know where and what will be the final. Okay, and just to confirm on the layout, it's going to be okay, so as before, we're gonna have the burned location up here. Alright, I don't know if you could see it that well. Alright, but we're gonna put it right here just so you can see it a little bit better, but we're gonna turn that over because we're gonna explain you why that's gonna be like that. So now we don't know pretty much what's going to happen. All that we know is that this is pretty much the setup and layout, and let's see what's going to occur. Let's push this a little bit forward until we pretty much get to the point where we have to face off. Alright, running out of room as before, and amazingly so, the heroes are at the Heartfire Inn. Well, I won't use the word relaxing at this point, but they're pretty much there all together having a good brewski and drinking fine ale and saying stories, because they just happened to just finish an amazing quest, and now they're gonna have this. There's something to know in the end of each encounter. Okay, so here it pretty much says, whenever the round ends and there is no active encounter in play, draw 1 random quest token and slide the location tile accordingly. So I gotta set up this tokens right here. We already have this tokens, which, if you're confused, this tokens, basically we randomly have to select it. So we have A, B, C, D. Oh, sorry about that. A, B, C, D, and we gotta get E, F. I'm gonna set that up. But basically, we pretty much, if there is no active encounter, then we pretty much draw 1 token, and pretty much the tile moves. So we pretty much will find ourselves chasing after the active encounter. And I mean, the main special encounter that we have to face off. One thing you have to take note is also to face off Ralph 4s, you must have already completed at least 1 encounter of Borderlands, 1 of Deadlands, and 1 Wildlands. Otherwise, you'll not be able to pretty much seek him out in this Tangled Paths. So we have to make sure that we have at least 1 of those, and that's where the nuisance can become, because we know there's only 2 Deadlands, there's only 2 Wildlands, and there's 3 of Borderlands. Okay, and this will start moving itself very, very soon. So let me do the final setup, and we will begin this adventure with the 4 most amazing and valiant heroes in pretty much Frost Valley Keep, or these amazing Valkyrians. So we are going to begin this amazing adventure together with the most valiant heroes, like I mentioned before, the most valiant adventurers. We mix the tokens, and these tokens will only be picked up if in the end of a round there is no active encounter. We draw 1, and basically on that, the tiles will start going in motions, hence the Tangled Paths, because hence we think we're going in a proper direction, and then what do you know? As we could see also, right now we're pretty much set up, and don't forget we have to add right here, and we will keep this notice of this, what happens here, and what else, so the heroes are all set up. So let's pretty much, before they move on, let's grab their amazing 5. All right, and now it's 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nobody has yet came back to me of if you're allowed to keep the resolve that you've obtained through the campaign. I know that rewards are kept and limited feats are kept. When I say limited, meaning that based on how many completed quests you have is the value of resolve of feats you can keep. And more importantly, aside from that, nothing else is mentioned. You could keep also legacy feats, but we're not playing with legacy feats or settings, so that they cancel out each other. So let's continue. Let's see what the adventure is now. Do we go left, or do we go, well, right? Or you can argue depending on how you're standing here, buddy, but so at this point we're trying to get there. So no matter what, hopefully, and we're trying to get lucky and make sure that we get the Deadlands, Borderlands, and Wildlands. Don't forget, we have to get an encounter of each in some format. So the heroes will go here first. So let's bring this out. And alright. So this becomes a perilous place. That's the first thing you do. The heroes come here. It's called the Sealed Watchtower, and it is a Borderlands, so that's a good thing for us. It already starts, and it says Ancient Aid. After the location becomes the active location, each hero and ally removes one condition. Each player may draw 1 card. So you know what? Each hero will draw 1 card. Ooh, that was nice. Ooh, that was nice. Ooh, that was nice. And ooh, that was nice. So that helps. All right. Now let's see what will be the encounter, and it's called March of the Dead. It's a Borderlands and Wildlands, and pretty much because in this quest there's also red enemies, and we'll run into them later if we get lucky. Hopefully we're unlucky in that case. We only can confront mindless enemies. So you see some of the encounters or quests mention what type of enemies. You see that? Blue mindless. So only mindless enemies you're going to take. And that's 2 times the amount of heroes plus 1. So I'll make it 9. And there's no reinforcements, which is kind of odd. A lot of the quests, only once where I had 1 reinforcement, and I know there's many quests or encounters with it's okay. Alright. Borderlands special setup rules, none. Special rules, none. Progression, 1. 1 objective token at the start of each encounter phase, okay. Ends when there's 3 or enemies in or no enemies in play. Retreat, okay, so we can only pick up the mindless enemies. This is going to be interesting. So we traveled, and this is our encounter. Not the most nicest one. Let's put it right here so we can remember. Or you know what? I'm going to take this down here, so somewhere where I can keep an eye on it. And we have to pick out from the blue encounters, I believe it's this one, for mindless enemies. See, that's a mindless enemy, and it says right there, you got those name references right there. You see that? That's a mindless enemy. Damn it. Alright, so we have to take 9 of them. No, they're mindless. Well, all undead are mindless, so I think it's going to be just kind of pointless that they put mindless. I don't know why they put. Yeah, it's pretty much all the undead. Oh, no, actually, this is good. The Vengeful Banshee, we can skip. Alright. So that's 3, that's 6. 3 more, buddy, 3 more. Another mindless idiot. Sorry. Phew, that's a Bone Drake. Luckily, he's not mindless. And this one is also, so that's 3, that's 3, that's 2. One more, buddy. One more, buddy. One more mindless sucker. Oh, it's mindless. Barna shooter. Okay, we have a shooter here. Alright, so this is going to go back into the pile. Deep into the pile. Do not come seeking us again. Alright, so now we're going to go pretty much one by one. Oh, it don't matter. Okay, so we're going to go from the top to the bottom. We're going to go right to left. So this one, it's a shooter, and you know what? We're gonna put it right here. Luckily, they are even on it. Focus. Remember, the focus decides who gets the enemies first. So we'll bring this down to 2, and she's gonna grab this shooter. Then we got this mindless sucker, and we have no choice but to give it to him because he has the most focus. And we're gonna put his enemies right here. Okay. And reason, okay, we don't need to grab any tokens for now. We're okay. But we'll remember to grab the tokens are right here. Okay. And now this one will go now. It's between them two, right? So who's going to grab this one? And this one is a Bone Wraith. Yeah. I'm going to go give it to her. Just because the name kind of tingles me the wrong way. And that will bring her focus down to, by the way, from 3 to 1. And she will get, obviously, we're going to put this for now here until we can get rid of all of them. So you know what, we'll put it right here. We'll remember that this is hers. So you know what, we'll just go like this. And who's going to get now? She's going to go down to 1. Again, this is the process every time the enemy are on the pursuit of the heroes. So this one is a Revenant's Draugar, and seems like a tough guy. Regular enemy, and Revenant's at the end of, okay, we'll check what you do later. And you're going to go, it's between her and him, and I'd rather he goes to him, because he could take the damage. So he's going to go from 2 to 1, right? And 2, and that's 1. Okay. And this one will go to him, obviously. Her, I mean. Sorry, I left that. Sorry about that. And this one will go to pretty much. We'll give it to him. Her, I mean. Sorry. What's going on with me today? Sorry, my adventures. This one will go to at this point to her. And the last one, whew, it's between them two. Who wants this sucker? What to do when they come for you, bad boys. You know what? She's gonna grab this ugly one also. So now the pursuit is done, and now it's pretty much the hero's turn. So let's see what the heroes will do. Alright, so the first one to take action is Arani, and it only makes sense. And the first thing that she does is, oops, that should be this way, facing up. She's no longer exhausted. She's ready for action. Alright, and she's the first thing she's going to do instead of attack, because, well, she can, this is considered an action that affects everything. So it's or this action or this action. And unlike the other ones, which this one is a reflex. So a reflex, it only has one ally action. And this one has ally action and fast action. And because it's ally action, it discard one resolve, which we start with, by the way. Whew, I don't know why we forgot that, you know. Don't leave home without it. Alright? So don't leave Heartfire in without it. So she's going to spend that only resolve to choose one keyword all regular enemies with that keyword reduce their physical and magical defense by 2 until the end of the hero phase. Flip this card over. Gladly will do so, and we should know what keyword they all have in common. Mindless. They're mindless. All right. So jokes aside, mindless it is. Pretty much Arani says, and Aravel confirms on it, and all enemies are now at -2. So basically, it kind of pretty much simplifies pretty much hitting or striking down anyone. So target enemy, you may discard up to 2 cards to duel. Okay, so knowing that this mace already does 3 damage, right? So she can discard 1 combat card, and she can do 4 damage to this. And this one, when targeted by an effect, a maximum of 1 damage may be placed on this enemy from vulnerabilities. Okay, take it easy there, buddy. So what she will do first is take care of this. So she's gonna use the mace, okay, and discard this card. So she's gonna raise her, oh sorry, you don't see that. She's gonna use this mace, which deals 3 damage, and forget about this this little condition here, which I keep on forgetting the name, but it is pretty much a daze and confusing, and on the target enemy. So you may discard up to 2 combat cards to deal +1, and I'm gonna just discard 1, so that will increase my focus by 3. So increase the focus by 3, okay, and this will cause and remove 1 combat card. So let me find a combat card. Please have a combat card. Don't tell me you don't have a combat card. You don't have a combat card. Alright, this kind of complicates things. Alright, sorry about that. I don't like that. But, okay. So, she doesn't have any combat cards to discard, which is kind of sucks. But, okay. So, she's going to discard this card either ways to do the 3 damage on this. And this will be the discard side, I guess. Or we'll put the discard right. Why are we getting confusing here? Alright, so let's not forget this quest here. Alright. So she discarded this card right here, as you can see right here, but that only did 3 damage to this bone serpent. And by the way, you've never seen a bone serpent? Here it is. Has a halo. Halo. Oh, sorry for that. There you go. See it better. Alright. So it has 1 vitality left. So you know what? I'm going to discard this, which is really, really, really pointless. Forget about placing the 1 fire on the enemy, which has the vulnerability right there. So I'm going to... wait a minute. I could have done this actually. Let me see something. Okay, so you know what? We're still going to do the same thing, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this, which has the keyword flame, which gives the vulnerability of 1 damage, by the way. If you don't see that, it has the keyword flame. And this bone serpent is vulnerable to flame. And we're going to do, so this will do... So even though this will just place a fire condition on the enemy, which will be pointless because it's already vulnerable to this, it's going to take a damage. It will take 3 damage from this, which will pretty much kill it off right away if you're following me. And this will only increase it by 4, I believe. Nope, still 3. That's amazing. So it is going to stay like that. So because it did that, we have rid of this ugly looking bone serpent. So we're going to keep this somewhere away, and we're going to get 1 resolve again, which is a good thing. Don't forget to use your reflex. And if you're forgetting, she can pretty much help to bring that ally back without paying resolve. So she pretty much will see if she could do anything else. It would be nice to, if she can handle this one. She can place this shield, round shield, to just block extra damage. What else? She has another one. Oh no, she can do this to deal 2 damage. Fast action. Wow, this is a fast action. I'm so surprised. Fire setting. It says deal 3 damage. Oh, I want to be able to eliminate this right now. Deal 3 damage. Increase the focus by 3. Okay, I don't need anything more than that, so I'm going to increase my focus by 3, which will bring me to 4. And discard this card once per round, so I can't do this trick again. So this gets discarded, buddy. And yeah, that's amazing. That is weird and amazing. So I want to take another resolve. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, we got another resolve, and at this point, yeah, we have to stockpile our card. Ooh, the Ancient Blade. It's 3, 4, and 5. Wow, too many weapons there. Too many gears. Okay, so that pretty much, wow, the heroes have met the quest, I mean the encounter, the end of the encounter, so pretty much, or there's no enemies, and there's no enemies, this encounter is done, but we keep this. So we could keep this as a borderland or wildland, and I'm going to keep this as a borderland. Actually, a wildland, because borderlands, there's more of it. Yeah. Either way, we have this as an option to play as either one. So that's the good thing about it. Alright? So, and right now, so we did the hero phase, right? And there's the heroes, this, that. Now it's the defense phase, because now the heroes have just ended their turn. The defense phase, there's no more enemy encounters. Wow, this is unbelievable. Okay, so now is the encounter phase. Okay, but remember, pretty much what it says here. Whenever a round ends and there is no active encounter in play, draw 1 random quest token and slide the location. So pretty much that's what will happen. So pretty much encounter phase, do you discard all enemies? Okay, there's none. If an active encounter is in play, okay, so it's improved location, and obviously the location now is safe. Okay. Receive rewards. Yeah, we didn't do that yet. We're gonna do that very, very soon. And if there are no enemies in play, each hero may rest. All heroes reset their enemy focus. Right, I forgot about that. We'll discard the active encounter. We can't discard it. So let's take care of everything one by one. We never pulled our reward stack, but not that there's an issue. 2, 3. Remember, it's 4 plus 2. So that's already 4, 5, and 6. So each hero will get to pretty much decide what they want. So we're going to go with Fangry because he's the team leader. So he's going to... what do you want? Arcane Sword or Healing Potion? Okay, so you know what? He's going to go kind of awkward, and he's going to choose a Healing Potion. Alright? We could use our resolve to purchase the rewards that we already have, or we could discard one of the... Oh, by the way, no one comes. And now we're going to go to pretty much our favorite here, Arani. And she's going to Shining Shield. Blunt, Divine, Gear, Reward. Huh. Alright. You know what? She's gonna take... She's gonna take the shield. Doesn't matter. We're gonna have an opportunity to go. So she's gonna put this in her hand. Now we're gonna go to pretty much Eltha and Smoldering Spear. That looks good. Wow. I couldn't put any more name conventions, keywords here. She's gonna take this. You know what? She's gonna have the Smoldering Spear. And what do you get, a second? Reflex, if you're resolving an action of a weapon in your hand, all cards in your hand receive combat keyword. Huh. That could help. Alright, so she's gonna have that. So that pretty much that, and she could they could have all pulled more extra cards, by the way, and I didn't do that. You're supposed to pretty much remove cards, but I think we're all good. Here's the 6 back to the full. I don't think the heroes cared to pretty much grab anything new. They were pretty much happy with what they had right there. So they have pretty much, now they can rest. And we're going to start by, remember that the resting spot right here, it says +2 if you could see that. So we're going to start with Fangray. He's the hero as it is, the main leader of this group and adventurer. So it's 2 + 2, which is 4, and this 4 discard cards will go to the bottom of his stack. Now for her, I won't even look to count. She just gets it, and we'll leave it at that. Her, sorry, 4, and pretty much she doesn't have much to worry about, so she's gonna also get it like this. And for her, well, it's exactly 3, luckily, and because she gets only +1, sadly so. And that is the case. The question to answer, and I believe they do, because it's a rest, you know what I mean, but I don't mind playing the 2 resolve, and I'm going to say he's no longer exhausted, he's well rested, and the debt is paid. Alright, so now that the heroes are reset, they're ready to go, and they're going to decide pretty much which way to go now from here. So before moving forward, actually, there's still a few things that we need to do. One, okay, so we pretty much finished the encounters. We set this all up. Let's see what else is missing. Okay. And now all heroes reset their enemy. Okay, we're kind of clear. We got our focus set up. Now is the time phase. The time phase, we pretty much, well, move the marker by 1, so that brings us there. Alright, if the reinforcement track is moving on us, okay, no, nothing like that. If an event space is reached, nope. Okay, there's nothing there. Now the next thing is reinforcements. Well, there's no reinforcements. If no active encounter is in play, move the marker cube on the reinforcement to 0. So there is no travel phase. Now the travel phase, you could discard up to 4 to pretty much scout the area around you. But there's something that pretty much we have to remember about this quest, right? It says that whenever the round ends, and the round has ended, there is no active encounter in play, draw 1 random quest token and slide the location tiles accordingly. So we got the tokens here. Here, let's mix them up. Right off, no clue what they are. So if we pull, let's say, this one, which is B, and B says move the middle column up. Okay. All right. Okay, so we got B right here. So move the Move the middle column up. Move the middle column up. So I would say, well, it doesn't say row, it says column, so it depends how you look at it. So I would say this goes up, I guess. See, this can be confusing. Right column, left column, top row. So it does state it. So, What it is. Can be even more confusing than what it's written already. So, let's see what is the original quest. Do bear with me as I check on this. Well, if my English is correct, move the middle column up. So what it will do is bring this here and pretty much kind of really mess things around. So, okay. So we have to move this up. So this kind of creates a whole board system. So bear with me. I'm going to relocate everything. Now, welcome back, because I just pretty much verified that. So what's going to happen is this is going to go up like this. And yes, it's as confusing as it appears to you. And this will remain the way it is. So that's what will happen. And now that everything is, we're ready for the travel phase. But what the heroes will do, and the heroes are even more confused and they're running out of space to do anything here actually. So this is just going to move this up a bit. Yes. For amazing heroes. You had the quest for amazing heroes. This enemy is way done and dead. I don't know why you're hanging around, buddy. Alright, let's put that here. This will go back into the pile in the middle somewhere. We're never going to see him again. Okay, so this is what pretty much happens. Okay, so that's pretty much neat, but the board just moves around. So what we're going to do is to decide what we have to do, because don't forget, we're going to aim straight for this objective, which is right here, this encounter, which is the one we should focus on, and this one we've done and completed. And now the thing is, we just have to make sure that we get a clear path, and we have to have one wildland, one deadlands, and one borderlands quest encounter done. Otherwise, we cannot face him off, because that's pretty much one of the requisites to have to kind of face off with him. It's just forcing us to travel around. So one thing we could do for the travel phase is we could sacrifice a resolve, and what we'll do, sacrifice a resolve before we to scout the area, and cost 1 resolve for each. So I'm going to spend 2 resolve just to see what's here and what's here. And again, we have done the borderlands, and oh, I wasn't supposed to discard that quest. Sorry for that. So this one gives us the borderlands and the wildlands, and we have to keep that right here. So this tile will admittedly be wildlands. Okay. Ancient magic. After the encounter becomes active encounter, place 1 objective on that encounter card. Oh, okay. That's very, very nice. So it's like by default you get 1 leg up. So that could be good. And don't forget, we have borderlands and wildland cards, so we could use either one. This one dead? Oh my god. So either one here we got. Whenever a hero, ally, or enemy deals any damage, they deal +1. Oh gosh. Where do you want to go? You know what? Yeah. We're gonna go here. Yeah, we're gonna go to the fires of the dead. Alright, so bring on. So here we go. We travel forth. All the heroes. Alright, and now that we're there in the Deadlands, obviously, that is the Deadlands, we need a Deadland quest. So let's see for a Deadland quest. Well, this one is considered a Deadland. Cerebral none. At the start of each defense phase, discard 1 wound from each skeleton enemy. Undead. That's blue undead enemies. Progression as a fast action. A player may draw an enemy card from the red enemy deck. Ooh, we haven't done that yet. And place it on any hero space and place one objective token on this. This gets completed when there's 5 objective tokens or when there's no enemies in place. We're going after the enemies. We're not caring about any objective tokens. So because we have that, now we're done the travel phase, and pretty much we're going to start. And this encounter, by the way, is not that actually detrimental. Look at that. It's only 5 enemies. Breathe, breathe. Okay, but there are 5 blue enemies and they must be undead. And we're going to start right now for number 1. Oh, another Bone Sorrow shooter. So this is a range. And this one is a Bone Sorrow warrior. Okay. They got good vitality. Not much damage, but good vitality. Okay. And this one is another Bone Sorrow. Alright. Bone Sorrow warrior. Okay, what's going on here? Got great shuffling. And this one is the undead, yeah, Headless Hulk. Okay, this one looks scary. Alright, let's see what he could do. Headless Hulk. Alright, yeah, Halo, it can be annoying a bit. Alright, let me read that to you. And pretty much it is Flailing Giant. This enemy attacks twice, each time also dealing damage to all allies and enemies in its hero space. Okay, so he's like a berserker. He's one freaking nutcase. Alright, we need to rid this bastard real quick. So, let it begin. So, we got the Headless Hulk that's gonna go to, well, again, it's between these two, and I think it will make sense to give it to Fengray. And then we got this one, which we have no choice but to give it to Elitha. And then we got this one, which doesn't matter, but we're going to give it to pretty much this Rani. And this one is just going to remain here with Asake. Asake. I always know I'm butchering her, pronouncing her name. And Bone Sorrow, now it's between these two, really. And we need range, so I'm gonna go with her. Sorry. And she's gonna go down to that. So, there you go. We have already done that, and none of them come with special anything. Just let's make sure anything I'm not missing with this quest. Alright, there's nothing more to it, and now it's the hero's turn. So let's see what the heroes will do. At this point, they're not really that threatened. That's the amazing thing. So, and for her, she's got the most, valiant allies, as companions, because this one attacks twice, and she can pretty much, make an ally without cost, just to pretty much flip and be not exhausted. Okay, and this one pretty much weakens everyone, so it only makes sense that we start with our amazing Arivel. So it's Arani's turn. She's going to start. And before she starts, she's going to have her ally take her action. And she's going to discard a resolve. No problem. And she's going to flip this over. And now everybody's -2. Everybody's regular enemies. And no surprises here, because there is some elite mixed up into the piles, but we don't see that. I hope you're enjoying this whole RPG factor. This is amazing. I know it's overwhelming with 4 characters. I love playing with 4 characters. I know it's all over the place, but it flows. Just the spacing is not enough, and I hope you see it well enough that what's going on in a sense. Okay, the adventurers are looking at me. Stop talking and start playing. Okay, so she has one focus right now. She's gonna look what she's gonna do. She weakened them. She did her ally action. So let's see what she wants to do in this case. Well, she doesn't have her weapon equipped, which is very odd. But she has her weapon here, I believe. No, she does not. Ooh, that gets even weirder. She doesn't have a weapon. She does not have a weapon, buddy. Okay, let's see. And the heroes have more than their usual 5 cards because, well, pretty much they took rewards, right? And they get to get it in their hand right away. So move 1 card from a player's discard pile into it. No, you don't care for that. Move 1. Okay, we don't care for that. We cannot do that. Draw 2 cards. Okay, we could do that. You may resolve. Okay, so we're going to do this first, which allows us to draw 2 cards. Divine Insight. I love that. Alright, so we're going to get some Divine Insight. And we're going to draw 2 cards. Please be a weapon. Please be a weapon. Shit. Alright. 1 hero. Okay, this is healing. Healing. Oh, actually, she could do 2 damage, but this has 4 vitality. We need something that can give us draw more cards. 1 card from an enemy player. No. Resolve any one action of a weapon. Okay. This is problematic. She can't really do anything. She can cause damage to it, but it's just not. It doesn't help. And she has pretty much, at this point, more cards than she needs, so she won't be drawing it where she ends her turn, which won't help her because she needs to get to those weapons. So this gets a little bit kind of annoying. So she can't do anything, but she weakened everybody, so she will pretty much end her turn. Wait a minute, at the end of your hero turn, you may move 1. Okay, no. Okay, so she really can't do anything. This is really sucks. Okay, she ends her turn, but she weakened everybody. So you know what? Fengray will go. It's obvious. Sometimes it's not even the way the order goes, but he's gonna go. What he's gonna do, and let's see what he has. Oh my God, he has like all sorts of weapons. Okay, and we gotta take care of this now. This one has no defenses at this point, and Alright, we're ready to venture forward, but more importantly, let's move away all the irrelevant tiles at this point. And so to just give us less confusion, as they say. I hope. And yeah, at this point, Alright, so the heroes are moving and venturing forward into, sorry, I just put that away, that was weird. And they're all going into here, and we're going to read what it says. The tile says, depressing sight. After this location becomes the active location, players must collectively discard number of cards or discard all resolve from the pool. Collectively discard 4 cards. Okay, we could do that. So collectively, okay, so what do you want to discard? Cancel 2 damage. Place 1, on this card, arrow trap. So you know what, we're going to discard 1 of this crap. And you know what, we got 3 weapons here. You know what, we're going to discard this. Throwing spear, that's 2 already, right, buddy? And let's see what she wants to discard. Maybe she has 1 card to discard. You're freaking useless. You need to find a freaking weapon. Alright. Place in your hand. If you're resolving an action or a weapon card in your cancel, discard song. Okay, you know what? She's doing a lot of canceling damage there. Alright, so let's, you know what? I think, because he discarded 2, so let's see. This shield is not bad at all compared to this crapola. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of discard this for now, and no, I'm sorry, my beautiful princess, but you're gonna need to discard. I don't know why I didn't equip that. That's weird, but okay. Oh, this, you know what? Discard this crap. All right. So we did this, and yeah, we discarded 4 cards. We met the current requirements, as we moved here, and the heroes are now in the. Here, let's see a little bit of the art. All right, the burned village in the Borderlands, and we did meet the requirements, right? Of the 3 encounters that we need, and luckily we have them all different, right? So most of them had Borderlands. So this is Borderlands, Deadlands, and Wildlands. So that's perfect in that sense. So we met that requirements with the 3 encounters. Now we're gonna put. We have to put. This is, by the way, Ralph Forrest, the Way Changer, special red enemy, and we have to put him on this side, the winged side, they say. He's a miscrafted enemy. Alright, so we're gonna check him out actually very, very soon. Wow, this is kind of awkward. Ooh, there's reinforcements on this one. 3. So we have to watch out. Red enemy. Alright. And set up rules. Place Ralph Force, the Way Changer, in the quest area with the wing side up, face up. We did that. Place 1 objective on this card for every 2 encounter cards attached to Ralph Force. Then discard all. Then discard. Sorry. That's ours. Then discard all attached encounters. Okay, so there's only 1 objective. A special rule. As a reflex, player may remove 3 from this card to cancel 1 special ability Ralph of the Way Changer. Oh boy, ain't gonna happen. Progression. As a fast iron hero, may discard 1 card to place 1 on this card. Okay, so that's how we could do that. Ooh, okay. And when Ralph Force Way Changer is eliminated, again, he's our main objective. Alright, so discarding a card lets us put here, and we can eliminate 1 of his abilities. Okay, so entropy. Whenever a player buries any cards as a result of this enemy's attack, the player must discard a gear card from their hand. Their hero charter area, if able to. Flight. This enemy requires additional +1 range target. Move this enemy to the quest area at the end of the defense phase. So remove 2 from the enemy if able to. Okay, so divine kind of pisses him off, and then he goes to this entropy again. Whenever a player, okay, wind of corruption. When the enemy attacks, discard all armor instead. Discard, when this enemy attacks, discard all armor cards from all hero spaces. Oh boy. Well, he's a special enemy and a special nuisance. But we gotta take him and we gotta put him out. He does 5 damage. Okay? And he has 3 defense, and there's no way we can lower his defense, and that sucks. Well, we might. So he comes here, and in the winged area, right? So he's winged, and now we have to put 6 red enemies. All right, and let's see what this is. 1, 2, from there, 3, 4, and ooh, this looks new. The 5th one, Red Sand Thrall. Well, he's no armor, but pretty much no defense, I should say, and it attacks, and it's deadly. And every time he has ferocity, discard 1 wound from the enemy at the start of each hero phase. Discard 1 from. Okay, so Yeah, you're a psycho. 3, 4, 5, and the last one. Oops, last one is numero 6. All right, not fun at all. Return the red enemies. There you go, and we are ready to rock. Whew. Now the enemies go on the chase, and it's obviously between this two and okay, so he's gonna come right here, Ralph for the way changer. Okay, and there's something interesting. There's a reason why I chose, first of all, because range. You need range to get this prick, and requires additional +1 range target. Move the enemy at the end of defense. Okay, so what happens is this one will come here. It only makes sense. But also there's an explosive trap that I have here, which I pretty much planned for. And fast action play. Okay, no. As a reflex, before I continue everything else, you should. Oh, you don't see that. I have an explosive trap right here, and there's 3 tokens on it. So after an enemy enters your hero's charter area, which is usually a hero charter is this, by the way, and which is this is an enemy. All right, and deal 1 at the end of 1 damage. Okay, and increase your focus by 1 for each of the objective to this card on this card, and place 1 fire on the target enemy. Okay. Okay, so I don't think we're gonna kill it or wound it, but we're gonna do somewhat 1 extra damage to it. And don't forget the enemy, it has 16 vitality. So what we have to do is we're gonna lose all this just for that. Is it even worth it at this point? I'm thinking. Okie dokie, we might not even do that. Okay, so it just comes. I think it's gonna enter this space. Sorry for that. It's not gonna do that. And now we go from 4 to 2. So next enemy, the creepy assassin ambers. This enemy attacks immediately after entering. Any player may discard 2 cards to ignore this ability. Zutalar. Alright, he comes in. He attacks. She's gonna pretty much, I'm gonna use her this one to attack this one. Okay, and pretty much she will block and pretty much not take any damage. So I couldn't care less. All right, that's 2, and this is, and also I forgot to bring the focus down. And now it's between this 2 and this one is flailing. After an enemy enters the hero during any pursuit phase, the player places 2. Oh boy, 2 of this status, which is, that's why I'm gonna give it to a Seke, because we don't want to give it to R. And it is a daze, so the condition is an ongoing effect. The target deals 1 less damage when resolving an attack for each daze. So for each attack, the days are okay. Conditions are resolved at the end of the defense phase. Resolve all conditions and remove 1 condition token for each hero charter. All right. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna he's gonna come right here against what do you call it? A Seke, and a Seke is gonna get 2 dazed and confused. Ooh, this is already starting interesting. And I don't know if I did that last time. That's a mistake I could have had last time. I could be wrong. Maybe I did it, maybe I didn't, because we did face off this enemy before, I believe. And either ways, oh, I think the daze is right here. Yes, I did. I believe so. And she is dazed as usual. She's starstruck. Alright, so this enemy, which is the mundane one, I hope. Shield Slam. Whenever a player buries any cards as a result of this enemy's attack, plays 2. Man. Alright, so she was 3, she goes to 1. This one goes to 1. Now there's this 2 enemy. Oh, there's still 3 enemies. Sorry about that. Um, Okay, so she will handle this one. He's gonna go to our basic Fangray, and this one is gonna go. I think this one was before this one. I could be wrong. And this one is gonna go to. Look at this one. I don't know which one was anymore, but I believe this one was. Okay, so this one is gonna go to Elitha. Sorry, this is where confusion happens sometimes. And this one is gonna go to. You know what? It could go to anybody, but I'm gonna choose it to go to. Aseke. I mean, yeah, Aseke is gonna have it. So she's gonna go for 1, 0. Okay, the heroes are ready. The encounter is set up. The pursuit is over. The crazy enemies are afoot. Now let's see what the heroes will do. But the resolve doesn't play much too well. But we could go on a purchasing spree that could buy us things. So you know what? First things first. I don't think she's gonna use her ability, but she could use this Ranger 2. Because this enemy is here at this particular time, it only needs 2 as range. Attack an enemy. Okay, you know what? She only does 2 damage, and this has 3 defense, which is going to be obsolete in my opinion. And she can spend discard resolve all regular enemies, and let's see, there's a lot of brigands. This one is a brigand. Actually, there is a. I don't know, but that's miscrafted. It's only ones. Regular and all regular enemies. So, Well. What do we do here? Sorry, this is where the thought process kicks in. Give me a minute. Well, my solution was a little bit, you could say, manipulative. I bought some feats, and I could buy as many as I want if I have the resolve for it. And pretty much that's what I did. And the reason why I did that is because I'm going to use my, proposed bow of Bane. Alright? And it pretty much has a regular action deal 3 damage, which increased my focus to 2. That's already brings it to 3. I plan to use it. You may discard up to 3 combat cards. Oh, only 3. Yeah. Alright. To deal +1. Alright. And for each one, so, and place 1 on target. Okay, so, so it's going to bring it back to 6, right? And, alright, before I discard this card, just to make sure. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3 cards. I discarded right there, and that will do 6 damage, which will bring it to 3 damage. Yes, it has 14 vitality. So it has. I'm gonna put this 3 damage on it already, and I did that, and it says place 1 of those tokens. What is that token? And poison. Alright. Which does 1 extra wound to it at the end of defense phase. So you know what? Instead of that, it's no different. I'm going to put fire damage right there. So in theory, he did like 4 damage. Alright, it's not bad. And that discard the bow. But once per turn as a fast action, you may move 1 weapon card from your discard pile to the top of your deck. I like that. Alright, and we have like pretty much 5 cards right here. I'm going to place this one, but this one will increase my focus by 1. It's going to bring me up to, it's going to cost me reinforcements. So you know what, we'll wait that out. No choice. And do I want to do anything else? My ally attack an enemy does 4 damage. It will be 1 more damage if I wanted to. Yeah, but it will increase my focus by 2 again. Okay. Or it could attack this one. No, 4 damage. Whew. You know what? It could take. It does 5 damage. Blocks 5 magical damage. You can't even block that. That's not good. Alright. Do you have anything that can block damage? Because you're gonna get damaged very soon, buddy. Reflex. Discard one. Remove from discard when doing. Okay. Yeah. It's not that good. Okay. Fast action. You may place 1 active card. Okay. Okay, so she kind of did her turn, so she has only 4 cards, so she will take 5. I'm sorry, this is kind of slow, but 5. Okay, so she gets back her weapon. I'm gonna feel some pain very soon. Okay, now I think it's best that we use we're gonna use this ally. I mean, we're gonna use. Does she have anything that? Really, I don't know how you. Oh, 4th card right here. She has no weapon. That's the thing that bothers me. And she's not able to draw any cards. Okay. Will Aseki go? But Aseki she can't deal any damage per se. She deals 2 damage, but it's herself. But this one can pretty much take out that one and wipe it out. I believe it has only 3. Yeah, this one could attack twice. Okay. Yeah. So what's gonna happen? That's 2 physical damage. So, what are we gonna do? 2 physical damage. That has 2 defense, so you can't do useless. If the enemy's undead, deal +1. Okay. Move the enemy. Okay, reflex. This heals. Okay, so he could attack twice. She does 2 damage less, so she's gonna have to do. Okay, let's at least eliminate this one. So. This one is just gonna attack this enemy, and you may discard an arcane combat card to attack again, only once. 2. For each attack, her resolve, flip this card. Okay, so it's only gonna attack once, but still flips this card over, and she will discard a card. Let's say it's this one. Nope. This one, no, this one is your cancel damage. Okay, so we'll do this one, and pretty much this will stay the way it is. And basically, eliminate this enemy, and yeah, and the focus went up to 2. And yeah, we're gonna get 1 resolve for this. Indeed, we're okay with her. And pretty much at the end of the, pretty much now she ends her turn. She can remove that. Usually you wait until the end of the defense phase. Not that it makes a difference because she can't attack 4. So we're gonna put a 5th card right here. And yeah, she ends her turn at this point. Yeah, she's pretty much can't do anything. Follow me on this, because first she did attack on Ralphor's, and she didn't bother with this. Didn't no point of attacking because pretty much with 3 defense, only 4 damage, can't do that. So she's gonna take some pain very soon, and hopefully she can cancel some of the damage. And I think he's just gonna take some damage, and here. Now, who we're gonna go? I mean, you know what? At this point, let's put her. Let's use her. Let's see what she's gonna do. And and she, well, she could go here, but again, 2 for 2. It's not gonna do much. She has range. Okay, so first things first, we'll put this here. Damage. You may resolve one regular action as a fiber. Okay, no. So you may bury this card instead of discarding a weapon or a shield. So this shield, if I cancel 2 damage, okay, and you were targeted by a ranged enemy, cancel additional 2, so only 2. We're going to eliminate this card and bury it, because pretty much that's what occurs, and it helps us to not discard the card. So this eliminates 2 damage, and if you have a shield in your hand, which I did, cancel 2 more damage, so it cancels the 4 damage. So pretty much that solves that. Well done, better than what I was doing before. And in this case, this one, sadly, it does 3 damage. I could give it to her, which she takes 3 damage, but let's see if I have something to cancel the damage. No, that is not good. Cancel 1 damage, deal 1 damage. Okay. It does 3 damage, and shield is 2. Actually, she would have only taken 1 damage. I don't know what else did, but okay. This one does 3 damage, only takes 1 damage, and I can live with that. This one, by the way, does 3 damage, and I don't know why, but shield is 2 right there, so only 1 damage actually goes through. Again, poor thinking, but then again, overwhelming great adventures here. And now that we finished the defense phase, amazingly so, finally, there is the encounter phase, I believe. Yup, after the defense phase, the encounter phase, and the time phase, and the reinforcement phase. Okay, so, oh boy. Reinforcement is increased by 1, and because we're here, it's 3. This increases the time by 2. So we are really close to the end. So we better resolve this quick, because pretty much at this point we're really getting in trouble, as our time is pretty much, we have 3 rounds to eliminate this enemy, and our time is increasing by 2 every time. So that's the danger here. So really, in theory, we have 1 turn, or you could say 2 in theory. We really have 2. Yeah, and now we have to pretty much bring some more encounters. Well, we have the worst type of enemy that appeared, which is this one's, which is the Red Sand Thrall. All over the place they are, and they do a lot of damage. So we have 7 more damage to do to this enemy at all costs, and we wanna I think, okay, who's gonna go the first, we'll find out soon. Okay, so it's gonna be Elitha again. So she will use her Bow of Bane against Ralph Force, who has 7 damage. This Bow of Bane regular action does 3 damage for 2 focus. Oh boy, I'll bring the reinforcement back to 1. And the reason why we brought on 4 enemies is because we had already reinforcement increased based on her behavior. And let's see, okay, so she will, and in the last round, if you remember, her focus went beyond the reinforcement marker. So anyways, she does 3 damage, which just pretty much equates to that. And then she will spend 3 more combat cards, because that's the max she could. Yeah, up to 3. So 1 combat, 2 combat, 3 combat cards. Remove, okay, so she's gonna do disc 3 combats. And that does 6 damage. So 3 more. This can go back on top of my deck. So we're gonna put another 3 marker here, because pretty much he eliminates, raw force eliminates 3 of the 6 damage. And more important, let's see if this does anything. No. Okay, so and the reason why she got back her weapon instead of discard, because once per hero, as a fast action, you may move 1 weapon card from your discard pile to the top of your deck, and that's what she did. And she didn't pick up her cards yet. And she did say, oh yeah, there's it's really poison, but we're gonna put the fire marker instead of the poison. All right, which does the same thing, a damage and then a round of the defense round. You have to wait until the defense round. So right now there's 9, 10 damage. We need 4 more damage. Reflex. After an enemy enters your hero space, place it in. Okay. Draw 1 card. If you discard this card while resolving an action. Okay, draw 1 card. Let's see if that 1 card will help us. Oh no, it's that freaking weapon. Oh yeah, I forgot to bring the focus by 3, because we did that. And again, we don't want to enrage this enemy because it removes 2 of the damage, and we're not enraging it. Nowhere. So this one increases by 1, and this one increases by 1, so we're kind of stuck. We can equip the weapon always later on, so we just pretty much, and this does 4 damage. Give 1 more damage. No, but this will increase again the focus. That's why we're trying to avoid that, because if we do that, it's pretty much going to... Okay, we got this. Alright. Let's see who's next turn. Well, it's going to be kind of silly, and I'm willing to take the damage and the punishment that's going to come. But pretty much we want to resolve this, and pretty much another round, I believe, will eliminate raw force. It was a painful battle. And more importantly, we took a lot of damage. We don't care for them. He's the main target. And at this point, the heroes, I won't say are too powerful. Sorry for the earthquake. But they've gone to the point where they can take costly damage without worrying about the outcome, if you know what I mean. So right now, there's 9, 10 damage. This is going to become 11, which only means we need several damage. We also know the weapon that she's about to pretty much... she has obtained. Yeah, she can pretty much either ways do the damage she needs. Alright, and okay, so what we're gonna do is now go to the defense phase, and this show the damage that everybody's gonna get. So we're gonna simulate it. So this does 4 damage. She blocks 3, she takes 1 damage, and I know I could cancel the damage, but at this point I'm voiding it. So this is 2 types of damage. There's the 4 and there's the 3. This 3 pretty much minus 1. She only takes 1, and she can't take any more because she's going to pretty much die. So this one does 4 damage. She will try to cancel everything. So this one cancels 1 damage and deals 1 damage. So let's say this cancels the 1 damage. No. So instead, this will cancel 1 and deal 1 damage. We don't care for that. This will discard, so instead of 4, it's going to be 3. And at this point, we discard, is 2 cards. So let's say we buried these 2 cards right here. We bury 3 cards. You take 3 damage. You only defend it against 1. So okay, we buried these 3 cards. All right. Hero turn. Okay, so at this point here, he does, well, 3 damage. 2 takes another 1. This one, 4 damage, blocks 3, so only 1 damage, which is amazing. And now we're gonna deal with raw force, and we have this one too. Don't forget, we have another red sand thrall. So now it's gonna come to this. So 4, and this defense 2, so it's gonna take 2 damage. All right, and that. Oh yeah, so he blocks that, and now he does 5 damage. Is there a way? Okay, so she's gonna use this to cancel 1 magical damage, which is the magic damage. Don't forget. We're gonna place it on top of your deck, or place it on top of your deck. So I'm gonna place it on top of my deck, and I'm gonna eliminate 1, 2, 3, and 4. Bury 4 more cards. Oh boy. This is becoming very, very scary, costly. All right, and that pretty much ends there. We go to the reinforcements, and now reinforcements will just bring random 2, 3, and 4 enemies. Yeah. Wow, we have new enemy called the Dark Mistress. We better finish off Ralph 4, because this quest ends when Ralph 4 is eliminated. So okay, So precision. This enemy deals +1 when an armor or shield is used to cancel any damage from its attack. Whew. Yeah. So let's play this, so she will go at 5 right here. She still is the highest, so she's going to get another one. She feels so special. And then between any one of them, I don't care. And we don't care. So, wow, has this board got confusingly huge. And at this point, the heroes have, the burned village became a burning party. All right, of nefarious enemies. Look at that. Only this bandit is here, but the rest are all nefarious, miscrafted enemies. Oh, actually, no. The Dark Mistress is a brigand. How convenient is that? And don't forget, if she ever uses her special ability, don't forget to disable their defenses. Is pretty much she can only select one of those type of enemies. But okay. Meaning that if she chooses the brigand, all the brigands, but this one is not a brigand, so it won't. But then again, it has no defense, so it's not an issue. So back to the allies' turn. Now let's see what she's gonna do. So she's gonna obviously equip this, which increases by 1, and then she has to. She only does 3 damage. So what she's gonna do, she's gonna go on a shopping spree to pretty much allow her to have those 3 combat cards. And yes, you could pretty much buy, there you go. For example, this one is 2 right here, if you see that. Irrelevant what the card does, it's the purpose now. That's 4. Now, that's the second one right here. That's 4 resolve. And I only need 3 really. And that's another one 6. So that's 6 resolve right there. And she's gonna pretty much add that to her hand. So that's 4, 5, and 6. And at this point it don't matter. And we're going to, she's going to use this weapon again, the amazing Bow of Bane. And it's a regular action, deal 3 damage. You may discard up to 3 combat cards to deal +1 for each card. So discard, place, discard. Okay, so focus will go up to 6 from 3. will be 9. Whew. And at this point I was supposed to remove some of these tokens, but it would have been still fine, and we still would have had this one last turn, because this actually is pretty much the last turn, and this is the damage, if you remember. And pretty much this is, so 9, 10, 11, pretty much a 3 damage and plus a bonus of 1 damage we could do here. So pretty much eliminates raw force. And if it's not understood, this weapon deals 3 damage. And for each card we go up to 3. We could combat cards discarded, we could do an extra damage. So this is why I went on a purchasing spree. So here's the cards for that. And now, so she's gonna do 6 damage plus the 1 here, that's 7 damage. So 7 minus 3 is 4 damage, and 4, 5, 6, 6 plus 9 is 15, more than the damage we need to eliminate this obscene, ridiculous enemy. Well done. We were victorious, and we pretty much resolved the Tangled Paths. And the beauty of this, I must say, of this quest and adventure was the fact that the tiles kind of reshaped themselves and moved. Thank you for watching, and subscribe. Place your comments and any issues you've seen, and I hope you stick around for the next quest.